Yo guys, in this video we are going to talk about Chainlink, the recent price action, and where we can expect Chainlink to go in the coming days and weeks. So we'll start by looking at the 30-minute chart. As you can see right here, the price is currently $16, and we have a pretty nice structure right here of higher highs and higher lows. We are currently approaching the recent higher high right here, right about at $16.1, and if we can break above it in the next few hours to the next few days, then we will likely go ahead and test the areas of around $17 to $17.5. This is the next area of resistance. So the resistance area at the moment is this area at around 16.1, which we are basically at right now, and if we can cross it, then we will likely head to the next resistance area at around $17.5. What would invalidate this is if we get rejected from this area and we break down below this recent low at around $15. So if we do see a lower low right here, then this structure will be invalidated and we will likely not head to $17 just yet. Chainlink has been performing relatively well in the last few days, in the last week or so, which mostly happened because it followed Bitcoin. Bitcoin dropped all the way down to around 99k, and it since then recovered to about 104.5k at the moment, and I believe that we will see a Bitcoin rally in the next few weeks, which will also lead to altcoins such as Chainlink to get a rally as well. Let's now look at Chainlink on a daily chart. On the daily chart, we very clearly have a structure of lower highs and higher lows. We have a wedge right here building. This is about a year-long wedge, which could cause pretty insane price action if we do break above or below it. Right now we are at the lower part of it, but we are still pretty significantly above the trend line. So as long as we don't break below this trend line, it's still looking relatively good for Chainlink. At the moment the trend line is at around 13.7. so if Bitcoin continues to do well, then Chainlink will likely also hold this and try to approach this upper part of the wedge in the coming months, but this is still pretty far away. This will likely at least take a few weeks for Chainlink to make this move, but if we do see a parabolic move by Bitcoin and then Ethereum following that, if we do see Bitcoin and Ethereum approaching new all-time highs once again, then we will likely see Chainlink and some other altcoins getting their own parabolic moves. And despite the structure of the lower highs, I do still think that it's possible for Chainlink to cross above this trend line in the cycle. If we do see Bitcoin approaching new all-time highs, followed by Ethereum crossing 5k and getting new all-time highs as well, then we will likely see some sort of an alt season. And if that does happen, then Chainlink will most likely break above this trend line and make new highs, and even break above $30, above the high that we had late in 2024. So of course this type of move would be absolutely insane and great for all Chainlink holders, but in my opinion it's still a bit too early. As I said, for this to happen, we need Bitcoin to do well again, followed by Ethereum doing well again, both of them reaching new all-time highs. Until this happens, Chainlink will likely continue to lag behind them. Chainlink can go up in terms of dollars. As you can see in the last few days, it has been going up, and it might even reach $20 or $25. But until Bitcoin reaches new all-time highs, and also again Ethereum doing well, until we see some sort of a parabolic move by the top coins, mostly Bitcoin and Ethereum, Chainlink will most likely underperform both of them, especially Bitcoin. The dominance of Bitcoin and Ethereum will likely continue to go up until they reach new all-time highs. So in my opinion, it's still too early to get into Chainlink, although I do think that it can significantly outperform Bitcoin later in the cycle, probably more into December or the start of 2026 even. And again, if we do break above this wedge, if we do break above $25, $26 and we get a higher high from this high in August, then we will likely see Chainlink getting significant new highs and significantly outperforming Bitcoin and Ethereum. My view about Chainlink lagging behind Bitcoin and likely also Ethereum stems mostly from this chart right here. And the main concept that until Bitcoin does very well and Ethereum follows Bitcoin, altcoins as a whole can't do very well. Of course, there will be some exceptions, and the Chainlink could be one of them, but it's unlikely. Most altcoins will probably lag behind Bitcoin and underperform it until we get some sort of a euphoria in the market and potentially an alt season. So in my opinion, it's not very wise to get into altcoins at the moment compared to Bitcoin. Of course, this isn't financial advice, but Look at this chart, guys. This is a chart of altcoins against Bitcoin. So the total 3 minus USDT against Bitcoin, which means basically the entire crypto market, excluding Bitcoin and Ethereum against Bitcoin. And we have this significant support area around 0.25 to 0.28, which we have bounced from both in 2017 and 2021. This is what led eventually to an alt season, and until we hit that level, in my opinion, it doesn't make much sense for an alt season to happen. And again, especially since Bitcoin and Ethereum are not doing very well at the moment, although they have been recovering in the last few days. But again, until they reach new all-time highs, it doesn't make much sense. And we have been very close to this support area. As you can see, back in October, we have reached 0.29, but this is still not low enough. And in my opinion, the most likely outcome is that we will see Bitcoin and Ethereum rallying in the next few weeks, while altcoins just chop or don't do as well and lag behind Bitcoin and Ethereum. And this will lead this chart to go all the way down to this support area. And after that, after we see Ethereum reaching over 5K and this chart reaches the support area, we will likely see some sort of an alt season somewhere following that. Of course, this isn't guaranteed whatsoever, but that's my base case at the moment. Of course, if my mind changes, if this idea gets invalidated, I will keep you guys updated on that. So make sure to subscribe to see more updates about Chainlink, about Bitcoin, Ethereum, and the entire crypto market. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next one.